What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Today, we're going to be looking at the Tuya Wrath. Let's get into it. All right, guys, what we're doing today is we're going to do some size comparison, profile comparison, and then we'll jump into my thoughts and impressions. First up, for comparison, we're going to look at the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight, and we're going to look at the Spyderco Shaman. And as you can see, the Wrath is more of a medium-sized EDC. Very comparable to a bug out if you're more familiar with the bug out. Let's move the Para 3 Lightweight out of the way, and let's go ahead and bring in the Migaron Moyarl, more medium-sized and very comparable to the Wrath. Moving the Shaman out of the way, let's bring out one more budget knife for the full-size comparison. Here it is against the Civivi Bull Tusk. I think it's very comparable for sure to the Moyarl, and it's not too far off from the Para 3. But let's just check the profile out on this one. Whew, man, this thing. Looking a tiny bit thinner. Just a tiny bit thinner. And then let's compare to the Para 3 Lightweight. Para 3 Lightweight, just a little bit thinner due to the contouring on the Wrath. And this one feeling like a little bit of a heavier knife for its size, but I'm thinking it's still around 3.5 if I had to guess. Oh no, it is definitely closer to 3.9, so that explains why it feels like it is slightly heavier for the size. 4 ounces is a good weight there, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into my thoughts and impressions. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is I thought, and I even reached out to Kevin, I was like, did someone reverse the pivot here? Because if you look at the pivot, usually you have the logo on the show side, but he was like, I didn't flip it. I checked the website, and it looks like the Timascus pivot collar, they're trying to show it off, in his opinion, and I think he's probably right there. Shout out to Kevin for having the pass around group for the YouTube channel out there for us to take advantage of. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to the knife. I really like the frag. They have a couple of patterns out there, and actually, let me look really quick to make sure that I don't misstate. Let me go to the picture of all of them because I pulled up the frag. Okay, so we got frag, looks like Sagaha, and diamond texture pattern. And I probably could select the drop down and confirm it that way. So we got the frag, satin, frag DLC. They're out of stock. We got the Sagaha satin, Sagaha DLC, both of those out of stock. And the diamond pattern, also with the DLC or satin, also out of stock. The only thing that's available is the one that I have in my hand right here. So there you go. Ergos, very comfortable. Very comfortable. It is just under 4 fingers for me in the cutout. So for me, hanging out of the back there ever so slightly. It does have a little choke up spot here, but it's, in my opinion, you're better off just ignoring both the cutouts if you want to choke up, and then you have extra space out the back. You're up close to the blade with a good choke point, and that, to me, for me, large hands, going to be really good for the push cuts, power cuts, everything like that. Far as pinch grip, very comfortable. Choking up for detailed work out on the tips, very comfortable. I really find that I don't like or need to use that. To me, this is the ideal position, and then if I really need to back off to get into the power cuts, I fit just fine in here. It is a little toothy where the frag pattern ends on this particular version, not on the backside so much. This is really chamfered down nicely. You kind of feel it a little scratchy here. It feels a little toothy. To describe the difference between that, scratchy feels like you can kind of feel like a light scratch with the nails going across here. And to me, the bite starts to dig in. It's not quite poking, but it is starting to dig in.
Hey, that's what she said.
Good lockup coming in at about 40%, maybe 35, but it looks more like a 40%. Good access to the lock bar. They have actual knurling in here so that you can actually make sure that you ensure a grip. So whether you like to slide it, let it drop, or if you like to pick it up, all of those really good here. Man, is this loose? Might be just a touch maybe. Let me see here. Okay, it moved a little. It moved a little. No more play. I don't know how much of it did. It's more controlled now. It's more controlled now. Got a lanyard hole here. Simple 2-screw construction with a pivot bolt. So very simple to take apart. The pocket clip does catch. It catches on the frag. It catches also, you can feel it catching on the relief cuts here. That is a complaint, but I do like the pocket clip itself. It is springy. It has good retention, but it skips going in and out with this one. The other ones might not do that. The only thing I would probably suggest, if it's at all possible, is to maybe move this up slightly or angle it up slightly and have a landing pad under it, and or just make it a landing pad underneath. The lock bar strength feels good. Like you definitely have to deliberately disengage it. Once you do, it is a smooth close. The flipper tab has really good tight and sharp jimping on it, taking it over the top. So all of the front flipper tab deployment methods really work on this one. Super easy. Like this one, if you fail it, it's you. It's not the knife. This is done perfectly. Great detent. I like these thumb studs. They remind me sort of the thumb studs that you're seeing on Civivis now. They're just straight barreled and they're milled out, and you can really easily access them. Now, they're a little slick if you like to put your thumb right on the top. For me, I prefer to go underneath the thumb studs on all thumb studs. A little tight access here, but if you come underneath, you can even get the reverse flick on that. The action on this is so good. Listen to the sounds, guys. And it's not a prerequisite. I've had people give me a hard time. What does the sounds matter? I'm not saying they matter. I'm saying it's nice when it has good sounds. Ooh, that detent is a little strong. Just for the reverse flick, though. Gosh. There we go. Can you feel it? Nah, it's hard to feel thumb studs. They're in such a good position. Look at that angle. Okay, enough of the sounds. Enough of the sounds. Let's go down to the garage. Let's talk about cutting performance. Hey guys, we're down in the garage with the Tuya Wrath. I love the name of the Tuya knives. They have some really cool names. We're going to just check the factory edge on here. I did strop it. Pass around knives, I do give a fair shake and just do 5 little strops. Really nice. This one's a compound grind. So you have a nice hollow grind here in the strong part for the power cuts, but you have a flat out on the tip for the strength. So let's go ahead and check real quick across some cardboard. I'm trying to get through some of my junkier cardboard here. I do save these nice big pieces for these types of cutting tests. So let's just see, how does it feel in hand? How does it go through the material? Whoa. So I did slip out a little bit there. I wasn't expecting it to bite so fast. I was caught off guard. That's my fault. Oh, I went into the choil. Again, my fault. Let me choke up a little bit. Try to control it a little bit more. Slipped out again. So I slipped out twice. Let's check the draw cuts. It's a drop point, but it's a very subtle drop point. So no issues there. You just got to get way up high. Let's check the belly. Yeah, so I'm not quite going all the way through with the belly. And because it's so high, I missed the tip at first. So you really got to get up there high. It also could be a little bit of my bore. I'm digging into some of these cuts. There you go. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Let's see, how did that impact the edge in the tip? Let's just check. I'm gonna go slow and see if there's any snags. Yeah, I felt like it snagged something. And again, this is my junky cardboard. That's not bad. Yeah, it is catching. It is catching right there. Let me see if I can find where it's catching at. Right. Oh, maybe it's the belly. Is it the belly? It might be the belly, guys. Hold on, let me grab a fresh sheet. Let's just try to keep it here in the middle. Yeah, I think it was just because, yeah, it's definitely because I was going to the belly. So, not bad. Oh. As I sit here and go across, there we go. There might be a little snag. Soft drop it. before I pass it along to the next person. I don't want to continuously cut with the pass around knife, even though I'm just testing the edge. So I'll strap it for the next reviewer. Let's kick it back upstairs and finish the review on the Wrath. All right, as you guys saw there, this is a really thin blade, has beautiful belt satin finish. Compound grind works. The compound grind works good, but for the detailed work, you're going to have to come up at a very high angle. This is not that. I would recommend carrying something a little bit with a little bit of a drop point, worn clip, sheep's foot, something small that you can throw in your fifth pocket if you like to have something to do both. But this is going to do your puncture tasks very well, power cuts very well, and tabletop cutting is also going to be very well. The only thing is, again, detailed draw cuts. And if that doesn't matter to you, then it's not an issue. Not an issue at all. Very smooth action, guys. I mean, I know I hit on that. There's no way that backed out already. No. Still locked up solid. Just so smooth. Nice and centered. Just really good shape. It reminds me of a seahorse. Go ahead. Comment down below how crazy that is, but it does kind of remind me of a seahorse shape, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. I love the patterns on this. I love the shapes on this. You know what I didn't check, because Tuya is very good about indicating heat treat. S90V, they don't list their heat treat, which is unusual. Tuya usually advertises their heat treat, but S90V is actually one, if you do heat treat 59 to 61 range, that's a really good range for S90V. It's going to perform phenomenal. It's going to have such good edge retention. And honestly, I know I didn't do a ton of cutting, but it's a slicer, guys. Very thin blade stock, super thin behind the edge, super thin behind the edge. And that's on the compound grind. That's not even looking at the grind here, but it feels really well done, very thin. And I really do like S90V. Did I miss anything? You have milling on the inside for weight reduction. Really beautiful model. I really like it. It's not super plain Jane. I mean, it's very neutral-esque, but it does have some curves and some flares that are going on with it. This one's coming in at $249. Really competitive price for S90V and very detailed work, guys. The construction on this feels really good. It does look like it is a sprint run. I didn't notice it until just now, but this is number 32 out of 172. If I can get that on the screen. Will it focus on that? Let me see. And that is low as I can get it. That is low as I can get it. I don't know. What is it focusing on? I don't know if I can get that to show up, guys. It's way up on the top of the backspacer. Anyway, really like this one. Some alternative recommendations: A, if it's sold out, or B, if you don't love this style but you like the size and it's interesting, you can look at some of the Migrons. They have the Pagos 2, which is going to be a drop point like this, or the Kyrix 2 if you like more of a utility blade shape. That one's kind of sheep footy. I like that one a lot. If you want something a little bit more fidgety, I mean, you could look at either the Pyrite Premium or the Echo Premium models. Those come in an S90V for around $200, but I really do like this. This is by far and away my most favorite model from Tuya knives. I like it a lot. I even like this particular pattern. I think it's really cool. The other ones look good though, for sure, but they're not available, and I don't know if any more are going to be coming back in stock. What do you think about the Tuya Wrath? Tell me all about it down in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Shout out to everyone out there that likes, comments, uses those links, and is subscribed. I appreciate all support. I love you guys, and until next time, peace.